Hey, Breeze.
Sweet. They coming.
They're coming.
Do you want to come on? Come on, Key. You want to go swing? Want to go swing? Coming.
They're coming.
Do you want to come on? Want to go swing? Look. It's like Christmas. Iran. These are bombs, y'all. It's like Iran. These are bombs, y'all. Just like Christmas. I don't know what the fuck. Just like Christmas. I don't know what the fuck Christmas was like in her house as a kid. In my house, it was going to church. It was thanking God. It was thanking God for all the blessings He gave us. It wasn't celebrating the fact that innocent people were going to lose their lives, but that's a church. It was thanking God. It wasn't celebrating the fact that innocent people were easy snarky. And that just goes to show you, Snark can call me what she wants, but you know what? That is what she wants, but you know what? That is a clear indication that the only thing she gives a shit about is the position. A clear indication that the only thing is the position on those two guys in Palestine. And that's fine. She gives a shit about is the position on those two guys in Palestine. And that's fine. But as a humanitarian and as her name is, what is it, her most empathetic is one of her accounts. Really? Most empathetic? Most empathetic for who?
Not you, Scammy.
Most empathetic for who?
Not you.
Those two guys and
Not
what
you.
they're going through, and we'll talk about that in a minute too, by the way.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So you only care about the people that are losing their lives in Palestine, you know, especially in the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, you're right.
Shit about anybody else.
I wouldn't go that far.
Is her
That's the thing against Israel. Did you hear how Scammy was so happy about the Iron Dome and how magnificent the Iron Dome is, you fucking Zionist bitch?
Texas Tiff just got in her box.
Okay, let's listen.
About a GoFundMe. Yep, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna let you go, girl. About a GoFundMe. Yep, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna let you go, girl. Let me tell you this. I absolutely support you 100%. Thank you. Thank you. So let me tell you this. I absolutely support you. Thank you. Thank you. So yesterday I had posted a video saying, you know, it's the first time in quite a while that I had woken up that early because, as we know, I have chronic illness and I have leukemia. So I had toyed with the idea of going live all day and boring the shit out of everybody, you know. So I tried. I was doing a live-a-thon and I would go live all day and boring the shit out of doing a live-a-thon, and I would go live for a while until my phone needed charging. So I talked about a number of different things, including streaming Sean. And one thing that did come up was that I hated a number of different things, including streaming Sean. And was that I hated that I had to retract what I had gone hard on other beggars for, as far as free available transportation for medical, that I had to reach hard on other beggars for, as available transportation for medical situations. Okay. Now that I have bigger car issues, because I also addressed that I had purchased the car, available transportation for medical situations. Okay. Bigger car issues, because I also addressed that I had purchased the car for $2,000 cash, and we're talking about a foreign vehicle. I only purchased it because it was $2,000. And at the time, I knew it had an oil leak, and that was all I was anticipating fixing on it. So, and at the time, I knew it had an oil leak on it. So, and I know that foreign vehicles can be costly to maintain. But again, it was $2,000 cash, and I was rebuilding from my other situation. So I needed a vehicle to get to doctor's appointments. I travel between the Fort Worth VA and the Dallas VA. So I had brought up that now in my current situation with the new situation with the vehicle, that we don't really know what's wrong with it, that I have now tried to access the available free transportation that I had mentioned to scammers, right? And to my surprise, I had missed multiple appointments on a Friday, because I learned at the Fort Worth VA that the transport service only runs Tuesday through. I had missed multiple appointments on a Friday, VA, that the transport service Thursday, which means it's not as easy as I had thought it would be. And then I had mentioned that, because someone in the chat was asking me what's going on with the car. They were shooting out issues.
I can't wait.
It's not as easy as I had mentioned that, because someone in the chat was asking me what's going on.
We could talk about this.
I had addressed, no, bought a new battery for it. Battery is getting voltage, so it's not the alternator. If it was the alternator, that'd be worst case scenario, because I it. Battery is getting voltage, so it's not the alternator. If it was, you showed like how much the alternator is, and I stressed again, I'm like, I paid $2,000.
What's this have to do with anything?
You know, like the alternator is looking at like 1,000 plus. So I mentioned other things it was doing, that it might start, but it doesn't stay running all the time. So I mentioned other things it was doing that all the time. So I brought that up because I said I had tried the transport again for an appointment on a Tuesday, and the nice ladies, the volunteers, were all the time. So I brought that up because I said for an appointment on a Tuesday, and the nice ladies, the volunteers, were like, oh, okay, you know, but they had two transport vehicles, and the transports were scheduled in the opposite direction of my location for my appointment. So I had drove my car. I had plugged in the OBD meter, and it seemed like anytime I tried to like choke out and stop. So I had OBD meter, and it seemed like anytime I tried to like choke out and stop, if I hit clear codes, it would keep going. So I drove there on a prayer, and I made it seem like anytime I tried to like choke out and stop, it would keep going. So I drove there on a prayer home. But then I had mentioned, you know, my recent trip to the ER. I was trying to self-transport myself because the ER. But then I had mentioned, my recent trip to the ER self because the ER, yeah, I streamed Sean too, but I had mentioned that I tried to transport myself to the ER because the Fort Worth VA, which is closer, does not have an ER. The Dallas one does. But I had mentioned that I tried to Fort Worth VA, which is closer, does not have an ER. The Dallas one does. And about 10 minutes away from the VA, and just before an exit, every ER, the Dallas one does. The VA, an exit, everything shut off on my car, and I had to throw hazard lights on and pray to get over to the shoulder. And then the ambulance and all this, and then I had an exit, everything shut off on my car, and I had to get over to the shoulder. And then the ambulance and all this, and then I had mentioned that I paid $250 to have my vehicle towed home. Nowhere did I ever mention, that I needed money or anything for such stuff. I did dollars to have my vehicle towed home. Nowhere did I ever mention for such stuff. I did mention, and I showed the Facebook for Auto Haven here in Texas as a resource to people, and I said that they help low-income families, disabled people, disabled veterans. They are volunteer-based. The problem with that, and I've been in communication with them, is that, again, I have a foreign vehicle, and the volunteer mechanics are not. They are a volunteer problem with that, and I've been in communication, and the volunteer mechanics are not up on everything that could go and the volunteer mechanics are not up on everything that could go helping me. Someone in the chat, I don't remember who it was, had said, do a fundraiser TIFF. And in the chat, I don't remember who it was, had said, I said I could never do a GoFundMe, especially as hard as I go on people. I could never do a GoFundMe for a vehicle. I will figure it out. I said, I had mentioned at one point in time that I wish that there was a way for people to call Social Security and recommend people who actually need it, who are in the process and getting a runaround, recommend people who actually need it to get it as easy as it is to report people who are fraudulent a runaround, recommend people who actually report people who are fraudulently getting it. I mentioned that. But again, I was having a live-a-thon and many subjects came up. I said, getting it. I mentioned that. And many subjects came up. I could never have a GoFundMe. So and the way, of course, that Snark twisted that was Texas Tiff was on her live begging for money and saying...
Can you turn them down for a minute? I want to make a point. If that would have been somebody else on the internet, doing that, Texas Tiff would have called them a dry beggar. That's what I'm talking about. And isn't it funny that Texas Tiff spends her days talking about the less fortunate and then ends up in the same position as one of those less fortunate people? Have I not talked about that before? Have I not said that? As one of those less talked about that before? Have I not said that? It's really crazy how that medical transportation works, isn't it, Texas Tip? It isn't there for everybody, is it, Scammy Claus? It isn't perfect, is it? Now you find yourself isn't there for everybody, is it, Scammy Claus? Is it? Now you find yourself dealing with the same problems that the people you talk about deal with. Right? Right. And now everybody is supposed to feel bad for Texas Tiff because of her situation. But if everybody is supposed to feel bad for Texas situation. But if anybody else is in that same fucking situation, you'll ridicule them. You'll drag them. You'll talk about them. So every time fucking situation, you'll ridicule them. You'll about them. So every time Texas Tiff gets up on the internet and wants to cry about her motherfucking car, I'm going to talk about her. Go ahead, Breeze.
Zionist, that is offensive, and it is completely just uncalled for. I'm going to show, I have a lot of tattoos, and when people ask me which one means the most, it's hands down this one right here. It says freedom, but the top of the M is a bird flying away. Excuse me, I have that COVID. So the reason for this tattoo and the location is because my great aunt Corrine, she escaped from a concentration camp. So if I'm not talking about genocide,
you're gonna prove it.
She escaped from a concentration genocide.
You're gonna prove it. She's gonna prove it.
With the love of her life. But during the escape, there was pew pew fire. And he passed away. He didn't make it. She had to keep running without him. She never sought love again. Never. Many people thought it. She had to keep running without her. Sought love again. Never. Many people thought that she was just this angry, bitter old lady who had cats. I took the time to help her when I would see her walking. If we lived in Minnesota at the time, when I'd see her walking with groceries, I wanted to know her story. I wanted to know my history. And she had forever, and people had told her, cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. Oh, Sadie, no, my history. People had told her, cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. Oh, Sadie, now, she had forever had her numbers, right there. Her numbers, right there. And if you know what the numbers were. Her numbers, right there. And if you know what the numbers were. Yep. You know, so to honor her and to honor my family, freedom. So you know what the numbers were. To honor her and to honor my family, we want freedom. And I can tell you,
I'm going to throw up.
Doesn't everyone want freedom?
We want freedom. And I can tell you,
I'm going to throw up.
Everyone want freedom?
All the time on how we can help people. I have family in Jerusalem. I have family in Tel Aviv. They try with boots on the ground to help people.
It is a much different experience.
They try with boots on the ground to help people.
Different experience to be an Israeli in Palestine than it is to be a Palestinian in Jerusalem. I hope she's going to talk to be a Palestinian. I hope she's going to talk about that.
If they say, oh my gosh, this is bad right here, they're not going to show you all of it. Okay?
I hope she's going to talk about that.
If they say here, they're not going to show you all of it. Okay? There are people in Palestine that are protesting against Hamas. The war is not Israel against Palestine.
It's not a war.
Against Hamas. Against Palestine.
It's not a war.
Palestine against Hamas. And if we're with people that are celebrating...
Hamas is a street gang.
I say most likely people who are on the side of Hamas. Now people can say Israel is starving these children and these people. No. Hamas...
I don't want to hear another word out of her mouth. Ever. And if you platform her, you're exactly what I'm calling her. I don't want to hear from Texas Tiff again. Never again. Now I'm going to explain my fucking position. And I've been explaining my position for a fucking 8 goddamn months. And I'm tired of it. I've been explaining my position for a fucking 8 goddamn months. I'm fucking tired of it. I am not fighting anti-scam. Do you understand me? This has nothing to... I'm fucking tired of it. Anti-scam. Do you understand me? This has nothing to do with a scam. This has nothing to do with money. I said this in my mod call last night. Because you think my mods don't say, hey, why don't we just give them what they want? And this was my answer. And it is going to be my answer and this was my answer. And it is going to be fucking day. This has nothing to do with money. This has nothing to do with a fundraiser. This has nothing to do fucking day. This has nothing to do with money. This has nothing to do with anything except their hate for Palestine. And all 3, 4, or 500 and all 3, 4, or 500 people, same. I get it. Your position is Israel. I get it. My position is Palestine. Period. We are on different sides. It has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with fundraising, and everything to do with hate. And we are on nothing to do with money, nothing to do with fundraising, and why. That's why I will not show a fuck thing ever. I will not show a fuck thing ever. Do you hear
Not that she would
Texas
use
Tiff?
it.
Do you hear Texas Tiff? Ever. Do you hear
Not that she would
Texas
use
Tiff?
it.
Do you hear Texas Tiff? Now, I'm going to take what Texas Tiff is saying in Scammies right now, and then I'm going to get you a clip from a Zionist that takes a panel on a regular basis to spew the same fucking rhetoric. And they are going to be one basis to spew the same fucking, and they are going to be one in the same fucking person. What I am here and standing against, and they are going to be one in the same fucking, I am here and standing against is exactly that.
100%. I wouldn't put it past a woman like her.
That I have been calling these bitches Zionists.
100%. I wouldn't put it past a woman like her.
These bitches Zionists for days, almost weeks at this point, and they get up on a public live and prove it to the masses. You don't need me. You out yourselves. The same thing I told the lady on Facebook when she put that fucking rhetoric on a community board chat. I said, I support the public. I shaming of Zionists and fascists. I do.
100%.
I
Humiliation.
believe shaming of Zion. I do.
100%.
In burning IDF cars in their driveways because they went to Gaza. They went to Gaza, right? And they killed babies. And then they came back to this country for all the privilege and protection. Not in my motherfucking babies. And then they came back to this privilege and protect country. Not in my motherfucking country. You want to say I'm anti-American, anti-USA. No. You want to say I'm anti-American, no. I love it here. Everybody should love it here. But there is nothing to love about this. Absolutely nothing to love. You are raising IDF soldiers in this country to go overseas and commit monstrosities. And then you let them come home and bed down in your fucking country. You want to talk about sleeper cells? Let's talk about your fucking country. You want to talk about sleeper cells. The only sleeper cells that you have in this fucking country are the Israelis. Do you hear me? All those IDF soldiers that are Israelis. All those IDF soldiers that are raised here and come back here for protection, those are your fucking sleeper cells, you dumb fucking bitch. Fucking sleeper cells, you dumb fucking bitch. January. This is not something new. This isn't something I just started talking about today. Go look at the IDF soldier on the beach in Miami and see what he got. Search it up and fucking watch. And see what he got. And fucking watch. That's what I support. That's exactly what I support. Making them uncomfortable in public, making them uncomfortable here at all, because that's exactly what I support. Making them uncomfortable here at all, because do you know what's happening to them in other countries? They're being fucking arrested here at all, because other countries, they're being fucking arrested for war crimes, but not in America. Not in America. We are not arresting them for war crimes, but not in America. We are not arresting them for war crimes. Why? Because we support them. We raised them. We indoctrinated them. They are who we want them to be. We offer them. We indoctrinated them. They are who them protection. We offer them money and security and all the things. All the things that regular Americans do not motherfucking get, by the way. Security and all the things. All the things do not motherfucking get, by the way. Mr. Piggy, lick my taint. I'm going the first fucking chance I get, okay? Lick my taint. I'm going Mr. Piggy, the first chance I get. Mr. Piggy, the first. Is Texas Tiff out of the box?
No, but let me just make it known that she has over 876 coins right now from where she's being gifted from talking about this.
Oh, I'll be damned. Why don't you just put her Cash App up? Go ahead, Scammy, put her Cash App up. Help her out. It's your friend. Help her.
Yeah, her foreign car is broke down.
Did you hear her? I only bought foreign because it was $2,000. You're a xenophobe, bitch. Yep. Listen, Texas. Did you hear her? I only bought foreign because it was $2,000. Yep. Listen, Texas Tiff is exactly the person that I'm coming here to talk about. The exact group of people that I'm coming here to talk about, because I think it's. Yep. Listen, Texas Tiff is exactly the exact group of people that's important that you know who the fucking Zionists are that are in your fucking neighborhood. Important that you know who the fuck. And I wish Cat were free. I do. I wish Cat were free. Here's the thing. When Texas Tiff decided to say Israel is not starving those people in Palestine, Hamas is, that is. Here's the thing. When Texas Tiff decided to say is those people in Palestine, Hamas that is a Zionist. That is a Zionist. That is a Zionist. And what I need you to do, because I do not want people to think that how Texas Tiff feels is how, because I do not want people, Texas Tiff feels is how all Jewish people feel. It is not true. And that is what sets Jewish people and Zionists aside. Understand what I'm saying. What Texas Tiff said in that box is not how true Jewish people feel. That is Zionist. That is the difference. Jew is not how true feel. That is Zionist. That Jewish people recognize what's going on and they hate it. Then they say it is the Zionists that are ruining us. Jewish people recognize what's going on and they hate it. Then that are ruining us. Please listen. Jewish people, true Jews, do not blame everything on Hamas. Jewish people do not blame everything on Hamas. They see the Zionist movement and don't want even the slightest parallel to it. Do you understand that? That's why Texas Tiff will scream at the why Texas Tiff will at the top of her lungs anti-Semitism when it is in fact not. Anyone true to their faith hates Zionists. You're right. Now, if I'm going to get pissed off, that's the kind of shit that's going to piss me off. I cannot and will not listen to Zionists. I will not. I listen to them when I need to. I listen to them when I need to learn. And I've been doing that for a long time. A very long, almost 2 years, in fact. I've been listening to Zionists. I refuse to listen to it from listening to Zionists. I refuse to listen to it from that side. I hope that everybody can see that this has nothing to do with my fundraiser and everything to do with hate, and everything to do with hate. What does I hate what? I hate something on there. Zalia. What's her profile picture say?
I hate liars.
So do I. I also found this interesting that
I hate liars.
I also found this interesting that Scammy Claus is getting cease and desist, right? Because my conversation with law enforcement had nothing to do and never even mentioned a cease and desist. He didn't even bring that up. It had nothing to do and never even mentioned bring that up. He showed me in the criminal code. We looked at it together, Scammy, because he's a friend of mine. So we looked it up together like a group project. We looked at it together, Scammy, because he's a friend of mine. So we looked after we looked at all the content. After we looked at all the content, and it did take a while. It did. I toyed around and even asked if he minded going live with me, and he did because of what he saw. And I toyed around and even asked if he minded me. And he did. He did. He said, yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. Because he did. He said, yeah, this is criminal, he said. And then he said, this is criminal, he said. And then he said, what I don't understand, because he heard you talk, Scammy, like he was hearing the things you were saying. What he couldn't understand, when you're out here and you're telling everybody all the things, right, calling it education, he can't understand how stupid you were. Because his words to me were, she sounds smart, ha, ha, ha. I've said it because I even heard her talking. Because you should call your lawyer. In fact, call him back. You talked to him once today. Call him back, dude. Call him back. You should call your lawyer. In fact, call him back. Hey, call him back, dude. Call him back. Discuss this. Show him all the content that you and your friends put out on me. Play him the lives that you were lying about everything. Make sure you play him those too on me. Play him the lives that you were lying about. Play him. Give him access to all the content that you posted on me. You, Fall of Florida Man. I think there was amnesia, diagnosis, amnesia talk. There was one on there as well. Make sure you show him all of it. Make sure he gets to listen to amnesia talk. There was one on there. Show him all of it. Make sure he gets to listen to everything that you said about me. And then he's going to look at you and go, why are you doing that? You can't do that. If he's really a lawyer, he is going to look at you and say, hey, you can't do that. And Connecticut, not far from me. Not far from me. I'm a fan of open roads, windows down, long music, loud music. Fan of open roads, windows down, long music.
In real life, she's not there with them 24/7 to say whether or not what they're going through is 100% what they say they're going. And listen, is 100% what they say they're going. And listen, I absolutely agree with you. I agree with you that people are dying, are unaliving there. Okay, I agree with you. But you can't blame it on one person. You can't blame it all on Israel. You can't blame it on one person. You can't blame it. You can't blame it on.
I didn't. I blamed it on America too. Because we're funding it. We're funding.
You can't blame it on
America too. Because we're funding it. We're funding it. We're paying for it, Scammy. Every weapon, every movement, every military operation that they because we're funding it. We're funding it. We're paying for it, Scammy. Every weapon, every movement, every military operation that they perform, we're paying for it. We're giving them all the tools. Do you think they have, do you think Israel had quadcopters that could follow Palestinians down the street, call out their name before they unalived them? You think that they have that could follow Palestinians down the street, call out their them? You think that they had those? We gave them those. We gave them the quadcopters that chased Palestinian babies in the street. Them? You think that they had those? We gave them those. We gave them the quadcopters that chased Palestinian babies in the street and then shoot them in their head. America gave them those.
Yep. And yo, I wasn't there for the fires. I wasn't there for the hurricane. I also donated to that. I kept getting fucked. You're a stupid bitch, Scammy. I don't even have any other words. You're a stupid fucking cunt. I don't even have any other words. You're a stupid fucking cunt.
Forgive them because they know not what they do. So, Scammy, I'm going to need you to explain to the masses, right? 77 years. Please, go back and do your fucking research and do a serious history lesson. Go back. Go back. Your ignorance is overwhelming. It is overwhelming. Oh my God. You know, I struggle with this kind of stuff, right? I do. I really do because, oh my God. Struggle with this kind of stuff, right? I do. I really do because the hate makes me really heavy. It does. It makes my mind and my body heavy as fuck, and I hate it. Because this is a special evil that I've never experienced in my fucking life, dude. Pretty soon Abood is going to join this live. Him and I are going to have a candid conversation. Okay? We talked on the phone earlier, and I told him about them downloading all of his lives and transcripts and then translating all of, I told him about them downloading all of and transcripts and then translating all of his words. And do you know what he said to me? Do you know what he said to me? I don't care. They don't scare me. He said, do you know what he said to me? I don't care. They don't scare me. I'm Palestinian. How can anything scare me? How can anything scare him? He's living the worst nightmare. He's living the worst nightmare that anybody could possibly ever imagine. Why would anything scare nothing scares him, because all the scary things are happening. All the scary things are happening.
I'm sorry, I keep having to go outside so I can do this. I read over some of that last night, and it broke my fucking heart because he's sitting in there and he's saying how I think I'm sitting with people that I don't know if they even like me. Like we've lost a lot of support. I don't like, and I don't even know if these people like me. Like, it was the most heartbreaking fucking thing I've ever
The
read.
dude was
That's
saying
why,
that?
yeah, yeah. I don't even know if they like me. So it broke my fucking heart. It broke my fucking heart.
Who is he
So
talking to?
I was only able to pinpoint. Like, I've got to go through it still. I did send it to you, but it was that he had Sakura, I believe,
Oh, yeah.
and and Bilal as well, and Bilal was very sad as well, and
Yeah.
saying like how tired they are. I just want to eat. I just want to feed my family. Talking about how going to get a can of milk is $150 now up to $200, but these people want to fucking bitch like they weren't saying that these people want to bitch and moan. I'm saying that these people want to
Hey
bitch and moan.
Casey, can you get
Bitch like they weren't saying that these people want to bitch and moan. I moan.
Casey, can you get that for me? Can you get
Yeah,
more?
I thought I emailed it to you. That's what I keep like
All
I'm
right, I'll
trying to
check
do
my
that
email. I'll check my
at
email
this
because
I'll
I want to talk about that. When I heard that they were when I heard that they were doing that, right? When I heard that they were downloading his lives and translating all of their words, I actually got pretty happy about it, right? Because I thought, well, maybe when they read through these transcripts, right, they'll get an understanding of who they are and what they're trying to do. I think they were expecting, right, to get like scamming or ill words of, and I told
oh,
you during that.
they even they sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. They
No, go
even
ahead.
made at one point a joke about how they should turn their names into dirty scammers because that's what people keep referring to them as.
Mm,
That's what they said they should change their name to because this was a month ago. This was in to them as.
mm,
That's what they said they should change their name to because this was a month ago. This was in June
wow,
on Eid Mubarak.
wow.
Yep. So already, and that was before, like, and that was just when these first. That's before they had 1,000 of these fucking pieces of shit. I like listening to Texas Tiff speak made
Ugh.
me violently angry. Like I literally violent because the things that she's saying is the exact Zionist rhetoric. I like it's hard for me to understand why. I hate her. I hate her. I hope you get your alternator fixed though, bitch.
I
They're
when
disgusting.
when I did this when I came here and I brought Abood and Bilal. The reason that I was doing that was so that people could hear their stories, right? So that people that didn't understand what was going on could get a better understanding is to what was going on, right? Stories, right? So that people that didn't understand what was going on could get a better understanding is to what was going on, right? And how we got here is crazy. I think it's absolutely maddening how we got here. But
Much better.
I would like, um, I'm going to go into my email because I really want to.
Much better.
I would like. I'm going to go into my email because I really want to. I really want to read those. Abood, while we're live, right? Because he understands that I don't speak his language, will message me in WhatsApp to keep me abreast of the conversation, right? So, I hope that you do have the conversation, right? Transcripts, and I hope that you take hours, and I do mean hours, out of your life to go through there to find something nefarious. I hope it like takes you at least 8 hours and you don't get paid for a minute of it. To do that, to get a better understanding as to what's going on.
What kind of fucks me up is the both of them are going through a war and they have to worry about people liking them.
Mm,
Crazy.
right?
They
That's
have to worry about like how they're showing what they're going through. They're
Mm,
showing it the way they want to show what they're going through. We have no right to judge it.
And not only just that, how are they being perceived by the very fucking people that are funding the fucking bombs that are dropping on their fucking tents when they're starving and trying to go out to get a little fucking food? You're pigs.
Pigs.
Also,
Fucking
sorry.
no, after you.
Also,
Sorry, I don't.
oh, sorry. Continue. If you need to talk, please talk. Continue. If you need to talk, please talk. Scammy, you can't say that you know the war is happening and then go and counteract that and being like the war's not
She
happening.
did exactly what every Zionist does.
Every
So
time.
crazy.
I've seen it several times in the DMs with me. You're going, Israel finally dropped aid when they were starving. They had to starve before that.
No, quit saying they're getting aid.
8%, less than 8% of what sits at the fucking borders with people like you fucking stopping it from getting through. Less than 8%. There's less than enough to feed. They don't even allow enough through to feed less than 100,000 people. There's 2.1 fucking million people stuffed into a space like this. It's smaller than Las Vegas. 2.1 fucking million people stuffed into a space like this. It's smaller than Las Vegas. 2.1 fucking million people and plus they're dropping aid. This isn't even enough to sustain, like I said, into the 6 fucking figures. Are you guys crazy?
The
Like,
aid drops are publicity stunts. Do you understand? You're in the last phase of a genocide. You are in the last phase of a genocide. This is propaganda. And if you believe it, you are exactly who you're swearing you're not.
100%. They didn't have to. They did not have to allow them
Do you know
to
why
get
that
into the
aid went
5th
in?
stage.
Because of international pressure. They had to show them doing something.
Thank you.
Because they're
Over.
finally under international pressure after 2 fucking years for the crimes they've been committing. They had to do that.
Right?
That aid didn't feed anybody that it needed to.
100%.
Also, we're talking about food and how much food costs when you're not even living in that country. You're not even living in that country.
100%.
Also, we're talking about food and how much food costs when you're not even living in that country. You're not even living in that country.
You guys think that my fucking shelves are empty. You fucking Americans.
Dropped loads
Sorry.
of stale bread on them. Did you?
You're not even living in that country.
You guys think that my fucking shelves are empty. You fucking Americans.
Dropped loads
Sorry.
of stale bread on them. Did you see the video when he opened the bread and it just fell apart? Because it's old and overheated.
Do you think that those planes are refrigerated?
It's not even food that's fit for your fucking dog. And remind you, we have been saving dogs and donkeys.
Yep.
But leaving babies.
That's their mindset. I bet you these same people will tell you that Palestinians fucking are a problem right from birth. I bet you they have that same fucking bullshit rhetoric. Even though, I'm gonna get your page taken down.
Yeah, here, I want to mention that as well. Scammy, you're welcome. You're welcome for over the 200 followers that I've watched you gain during this fuckery. Your account's climbing. You're at 91 now. You were sitting hard at 88. Sitting stale as fuck at 88.
Because you are stale as fuck. Like, so
I'm
boring.
glad I could get you a couple followers.
Yep.
I want an apology from the Mexican homie by tonight, or I am going to talk about you like a dog. Do you understand me, sir? I hope you do, because I mean every word I say. I want an apology from the Mexican homie, or I am going to drag you, sir, over several different communities. Do you understand me? I hope you do, because I'm going to show where you went wrong.
Right.
You do, because I'm going to show where you went wrong.
Right.
I might even schedule a fucking event to do it.
Right.
I might even schedule to do it. I want an apology from that man. To do it. An apology from that man. Or I am going to make sure everybody sees. You guys need to get out of your little fucking circle of protection, your comfortability. You need to get out of your little fucking circle of protection. Acting like this is the only side of TikTok that exists. You're in a bubble, right? Like in a bubble, an echo chamber. The only side of TikTok that exists. You're in a bubble, right? Like in a bubble, an echo chamber.
My exact point, Kimmy, the fact that he silenced his own followers speaking up in support of you. The fact that you did that, you weren't open to a conversation. I want to see your messages with Scammy Claus. I want to see if this wasn't planned. Because I know y'all are friends. I want to see if it wasn't planned. I want to see the proof. You can't say, oh, it wasn't planned. I just looked at the For You page and I knew what was happening. I want to see the proof.
Piece of shit.
Because your wife came in trying to be like, it has nothing to do with Snark. It has nothing to do with Snark. I was talking shit on Mallory, right? But you kept going. So to me, it believes that, Scammy brought you in. And why did you silence your supporters? Why couldn't I get in a box and tell you what Scammy was doing to Snark? I waited and I waited and I waited. So what is that? That's not an open conversation.
That's not awareness.
That's not. Why didn't you have an open conversation? Because you were coming off like you're...
That's not awareness.
That's not. Open conversation because you were coming off like you were trying to have an open conversation about it, right? My fucking ass. Open conversation because you were coming off like you were trying to have an open conversation about it, right? Fucking ass.
I want an apology from him.
You let someone that came after Snark's disabled grand...
I want an apology from him.
You let someone that came after Snark's disabled granddaughter. You let him box. Yeah, in their comments.
Wait. Hey, Spicy Ketchup, have you followed the homie for a long time or no?
No. I've been looking into the homie.
Does anybody know, does Mexican homie advocate? No.
No. I've been looking into the homie.
Does anybody know, does Mexican homie advocate against real life happenings? Does he do that? Like a lot of the awareness pages will say, we don't go real life. Does he do that? Does he say no real life? We don't go real life?
I think he does. From what I've looked up, not too sure. Kimmy, would you know?
Definitely does advocate against real life happenings because it has happened to him and his wife and his mother-in-law, and he has threatened to sue people and contact law enforcement for that.
Get out.
Yes. As a matter of fact, that just happened.
Oh, so you allow Scammy that in her chat was actively going after Pam's granddaughter. Actively. Being like, CPS needs to be called, this, that, and the third. We have the comments, Mr. Homer.
Yeah, we do. Let's see. Victoria was threatened in your chat. There was a horrible Zionist phrasing in your chat, but you wouldn't recognize that. There was agencies named in your chat, several. There were all kinds of real life stuff happened in your life, Mexican homie. But what really bothers me, Mexican homie, is that I've been on this app since January advocating against all the bad things happening here. I recognize it. I see it. I see it affecting my community, my local community, right? And it does bother me because wouldn't you said I was bringing the Hispanic community into it, but I had been speaking about the Hispanic community since January. I have. I've been strongly advocating against ICE and what's happening. But you wouldn't know that because you didn't do your due diligence, right? You didn't. You didn't do a minute's worth of research on what I was doing. You jumped on and just rode the ride. Now I want an apology or research on what I was doing. You jumped on and just, now I want an apology or I'm going to put up all the memes that were made about me, draped in the Palestinian flags with the word traitor, all the harmful narratives that are being formed around me and my friends.
Even Casey was threatened, saying how she knows people in Canada. Why are Pam's people getting attacked?
And threatened.
Even Casey was threatened, saying how she knows people in Canada. Why are Pam's people getting attacked?
And threatened.
Mm-hmm. And also, Mr. Homie, since I'm going to use your words against you right here, I'm just looking at the For You page. Scammy had nothing to do with it. Then you should know what Pam was doing, right? You should know. If you were researching it and it wasn't a hate train, then you should know, right? Since you were looking in the you should know. If you were researching it, then you should know, right? Since you page and stuff like that. If it had nothing to do with Scammy, I'm confused.
You know, what do I have? You know, as far as like, let's talk about it and be real about it. So when it comes to like Abood and Bilal, and when we're all together and alive, and if I am trying to get them to support, how many people are really hanging out with me? Max 40 people. Max 40. And you're worried about 40 people that care about a genocide? Max 40 people. Max 40. And you're worried about 40 people that care about a genocide happening? That's, you're going to tell me you're so pressed that 40 people want to support people trying to survive a genocide. That's enough to bother you? 40 people trying to survive. Not like Lisa Richards, where she gets 1,000 people in her room, or the bigger beggars, right? They get bigger roomfuls, or the. Not like Lisa Richards, where she gets 1,000 people in her room, or the bigger beggars, right? They get bigger, whatever. You see that, right? I got roughly 40 people that want to support somebody trying to survive a genocide, and that bothers you.
That we're not going to big corporations. We're trying to find people on the app. What's the problem? You can go and donate to the big corporations, sure, but we want to donate to the people that we see in the lives that are struggling.
Trying to fucking stay alive.
Donate to the big corporations, sure, but we want to donate to the people that we see in the lives that are struggling.
Trying to fucking stay alive.
That's how we keep people alive. You know the whole article that Casey showed by being the glimmer of hope in Palestine is people
Fucking stay alive.
That's how we keep people. Casey showed by being the glimmer of hope in Palestine is people making fundraisers and stuff to stay alive. That is what we're supporting instead of the big corporations that aren't. The glimmer of hope in Palestine is people making fundraisers and stuff to stay alive. That is what we're supporting instead of the big corporations that aren't getting the aid there. What's so hard? What's so hard to see? What's so hard to understand? I saw someone that went through brain cancer get fucking dragged through the mud, and Mr. Homie co-signed it. Co-fucking signed it. If that was your wife that had that brain cancer and she was getting dragged through the mud, you would have lost your shit. But since it wasn't your people, doesn't matter. How fucked are you? Oh my God, Jesus.
Period.
Like, he's gone through so much, and you're going through every single post and being like, well, that doesn't look like someone that's going through it.
That's the worst behavior I've ever witnessed.
How do you expect someone with brain cancer that's going through it? Like, what the hell?
They don't want anyone to help other countries see. When me and Abood spoke earlier, that's what it does feel like to him, and it should feel like that to him, right? So the way he looks at it, right? Because he understands the amount of hate surrounding Arab people from us. He gets it. He understands it. Do you get that, guys? Like, he gets it. He understands that a lot of people in this country hate Arab men, people. Because you've been indoctrinated to do so. You've been instilled with fear, right? That turns to hate. Right? He understands that. He understands that when people stand with Palestinian people, that they are going to catch a level of hate that only they understand. That only they can understand. I could never understand it.
Oh, and if he was this big scammer, I'd have seen Abood be like, hey, Pam, this person's not from Palestine. He's faking it. He is faking it. Do not give them the money. Any person that's donated in here, I've seen Abood be like, nah, not that one. He's aware of the fact that people are scamming. And he tries his best.
Imagine that. And I said this in my mod call last night. Imagine that, right? You've been experiencing him. Imagine that. And I said this in my mod, right? You've been this all your life, right? But now your people are falling daily, and you're watching it, right? And then you're on the now your people are falling daily, and you're watching it, right? And then you're on the internet and you see somebody pretending that they're from Gaza to get money. You don't think that infuriating it, right? And then you're on the internet and you see somebody pretending that they're from Gaza to get money. You don't think that infuriates him? It does. He gets very angry about it, as he should.
Like, I get it. There's people that are scamming, but
And he knows
one of
that.
them.
Okay, Cass.
Yeah.
So you remember they posted the whoever reached out to Scammy and said, "Hey, this happened to me. They inboxed me. They wanted me to make them a link. Yada yada yada." Scammy and said, "Hey, this happened to me. They inboxed me. They wanted me to make them a link, yada, yada, yada. Do you know that's one of the first things Abood warned me about? One of the very first things he warned me about. You know, if I didn't have Abood, honestly, maybe I could have been the victim of a scam, to be honest. Thank God that didn't happen. Thank God that didn't happen, right?
Right.
Because I'm
I've
sure it
seen
has
him.
happened to people. I'm positive that it has happened to people.
I've seen him protect every single person that has
Yes.
donated and made sure that their money went to actually helping people. He's made sure of it.
Here's what Abood said.
Continue.
He said there's 100 million Arabs in Egypt, but they could not give 1 liter of water to Gaza. He said, you helped 800 people get water in Gaza. Think about that. 100 million people or whatever's in Egypt, right? They didn't even offer 1 liter of water to Gaza.
And also, Scammy, if you were there before you just called him a scammer, he explains how he's doing this work. He explains it. He goes, I did this. He knows what banks are. I'm not explaining it properly, but he knows what's closed and how to get food in and out. He knows. Because
Not
he
food,
lives there.
water. So
Water,
far,
my
we've
bad.
gotten water. No food. That food that was prepared were for the people in the West Bank, the same people that cannot work, the same people that food that was prepared were for the people in the West Bank, the same people that have no money because they have no rights there.
There's one thing I want to address. The whole cow situation. If you guys were around,
The same people that have no money because there.
there's one thing I want to address. The whole cow situation. If you guys were around, he did say a doctor donated as well, and that's how he got a bigger cow.
And he was so proud of that. He
That was the first, I guess
so
that was the only
excited
food that
about
he
that.
could do.
No, they have no idea what that holiday is about. That holiday is about giving back, and they have no idea what that holiday is about. That holiday is about. Don't get it. That holiday is framed around
Ignorance
less
is
fortunate.
crazy.
They eat for their loved ones who cannot eat. Holiday is framed around
Ignorance
less
is
fortunate.
crazy.
They eat for their loved ones who cannot eat.
They have no idea how the culture is.
Their loved ones who cannot eat.
Have no idea how the culture is there, and the culture.
None.
I'm gonna.
They have no idea because they see Abood and they see him laugh and they see him joke and they think, how can he do that? His
Because
faith.
he went through hell and back.
No, because of his faith.
That's true.
It is only his faith. It is only his faith that allows him.
That's true. Now that you mention it,
It's the only thing. It is the begin and end of everything is his faith. Any of them, any of the Palestinians, it's their faith. You see how strong they are because of their faith. Do you see them being resilient against unimaginable happenings? It's because of their faith. Against unimaginable happenings, it's because of their faith.
every time they go in and praise their God, every time
if I ask
They
Abood
pray.
happenings, it's because of their faith.
every time they go in and praise their God, every time
Every time if I ask
they
Abood,
pray
if
constantly.
I ask Abood, how are you? And Abood is not well, he will still say, Alhamdulillah, and thank God. If I
Constantly.
ask Abood, how are you? He will say, Alhamdulillah, and thank God. They thank for whatever is happening. If it's good or they thank for whatever is happening. If it's good or if it's bad. Because their faith
Continue.
tells them that Allah is the best disposer of affairs. You will see that in my chat when they are in here. And if you long press and translate, that is what it will read. It is their faith. I am in awe of it. I am in awe of it. I've never, ever witnessed anyone practice a faith like I've watched the Palestinian people practice a faith like I've watched the Palestinian people in theirs. Walk in it. Every day. Scammy Claus said the other day that in Mexican Homies Live, I will say this, that let's face it, Palestine is run by in Mexican Homies Live, I will say this, that let's face it, terrorist organization. It is? It is? Do you know anything about what you're talking about?
No, she doesn't even know how the cartoons and the shit that she makes and her friends make are racist. I had to explain it to her. She doesn't.
Because today she said not everybody
I had to explain it to her. She doesn't.
because today she said not everybody in Palestine is a T, but that's not what you said the other day. That isn't what you said the other day. And that's what I mean. You say, like I said, just listen to them talk. And that's what I mean. You say, listen to them talk. Just listen to them talk. They all do the same thing. Same deflection. To them talk. Just listen to them do the same thing. Same deflection. The same. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just watching you talk. Letting you talk. Letting you show everybody who the fuck you are. I don't have to do a fuck thing. I don't have to do a fuck. You show everybody who the fuck you are. I don't have to do a fuck thing. You should be ashamed of yourself, but you won't be ashamed of yourself. Because you support it. You support Israel. We are on different sides. This isn't about the money. This isn't a scam. You are just hateful as fuck. And you prove it. You proved it today, Texas Tiff. Because Scammy feels the same way as you do. Hamas is starving them. Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. Because Scammy feels the same way as you do. Hamas is starving them. Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. It's gross. I don't accept it. It's gross. I don't accept it. I hate Zionists. I hate Zionists. I hate them. I don't accept it. I hate Zionists. I hate Zionists. I hate them. I mean a fiery fucking hate for Zionists. But you know why? Because Zionists hate everybody.
They do.
What are you doing in here, silly girl? What are you doing in here, silly girl? Silly girl? What are you doing in here, silly girl? I was waiting for Abood to come home from the farm. He was with Freedom. Now we have 3 dogs. He said it will be a farm soon. He showed up and there was another dog. Hey, we have dogs, you guys. You guys never saw our dogs? We have dogs in Palestine. Do you want to see them? We'll go get them.
I just wanted to say one thing. This is a totally, I don't want to bring it down now, but I just wanted to explain my little comment under there about their snuff corn. When this first all started, there was a Telegram channel ran by the IDF. They admitted it was ran by them, and it was all members uploading their unalives. What? Oh,
That's Freedom. Freedom has a husband now. We had 2 dogs. Freedom got a husband, and now they have a friend that came to join their little dog pack.
Aw.
Go ahead, Case.
Sorry.
That came to join their.
Aw.
Go ahead, Case.
Sorry. But yeah, I saw that channel before it was taken down, and it was the most disgusting thing I had ever seen in my entire life. They were trying, I know like people tried to paint thing I had ever seen in my entire, they were trying, I know like people tried to paint even the H group. There's never even been any posts, anything, like they've never posted anything close to what the IDF have posted. And I have done my research, I've done my due diligence, okay? I wanted to see what both sides were encountering. I have done my, I wanted to see what both, I wanted to see what the fuck was happening out there. And I didn't want to get it from your shitty news outlets that lie to you. I wanted to see it right from the IDF themselves that were committing these atrocities, and I can just say that they are the most violent. They're they are the most violent. Every single one of them, like unless you have a disability, is forced to serve time in the IDF. Every single one of them have had some part in taking somebody's life at some point or another in their fucking life. Okay? So yeah, I do think they're all sick. And especially if they're in my country, listen, actually it's their country too. It's their country too. They're not from out there. That's why they get sunburns and sun cancer or skin cancer and all that kind of stuff. And they've got allergies to fucking olive branches and all that fucking shit because you're not at home. Kind of stuff. And they've got allergies, olive branches and all that fucking shit. Stupid.
Yeah.
Go home.
That's exactly
Go
it.
the fuck home. So yeah, but when you come back here, not that I'm surprised that like they're allowed to come back here because we Harvard, where do you think that all the criminal schmozzies went afterwards?
Period.
Right over here. They're right over here with all their own fucking towns and all this kind of shit. Yeah. So I know what my country is capable of doing. I know what your country is capable of doing. And yeah, see, nothing. I can't even. But the Zionists, fucking pigs. Like I saw them literally making. They called that channel 72 Virgins. Okay, and they even had videos of them dipping their guns into pig fat. So, to ensure that anybody they martyred to try to make sure that they did not get into heaven, or to ensure that anybody they did not get into heaven, or any, like, it's sickening. They go through every, or not heaven, did not get into heaven, or any, like, they go through every, or not heaven, but they do absolutely everything they can. They want to make them suffer. So like the fact that the absolutely everything they can. So like the fact that these people are so blind to it, and I literally see them like when like you're supporting Jeffrey Dahmer to me. That's what I see when you guys are advocating for a Zionist. Like, go advocate for Jeffrey Dahmer. Go advocate for all the other rapist, unaliving pigs.
Hey, what
Because
about
that,
the pedophiles that um, from here in America that go and get protection in Israel? Do you guys know about that?
yep,
Do you
they
guys know
hide there
about that?
because
Do you guys know
there's
about
no.
American pedophiles that can go to Israel and be safe? Do you guys Google search that? Have you seen the documentaries and shit on that? That the pedophiles in your country that abuse your children, they get to go to Israel and live in freedom.
Yep,
You don't
and
know
fight in
that, lame
the.
enough? Oh, everybody. If you didn't know that, put that in the motherfucking Google search. Go watch some fucking videos on that.
Mm-hmm. And then
They'll
they're allowed to
interview them.
join.
They'll interview the pedophiles that put that in the motherfucking videos on that.
Mm-hmm. And then
They'll
they're allowed to
interview
join.
them currently living in Israel right now for you. You'll get to hear them talk. Yeah, go
Mm-hmm.
ahead. Go over and look.
Yep,
You want
people
to
that should
know
be wall pulled.
you think Jeffrey Epstein wasn't in bed with Israel?
He is
You think
Israeli.
Jeffrey Epstein wasn't in bed with Israel? You don't think Jeffrey Epstein was a tool that Israel used against our politicians? You didn't think that? Jeffrey Epstein wasn't in bed with Epstein was a tool that Israel used against our politicians? You didn't think that, right? You never thought about that. You got everybody so worried about Epstein, the Epstein files. Do you know why you're not hearing a fuck thing about them? Because it'll all be linked. It'll all be
Mm-hmm.
linked. Because they needed something on our politicians, right? They needed something heavy, right? Go read about it.
Didn't you see the fucking video of all of his blackmail pictures being shown to Donald Trump right in front of the fucking news? All the pictures of him, and he's just laughing there and smiling. Yo, he's got shit against him. You guys are so fucking. There's videos of it on TikTok, but it's okay. And we're literally the
Pedophiles,
most.
murderers, pedophiles and murderers. That's what you support.
And the majority of the people fighting against us actually voted for that. Like they fight for and they stand for it. They wear pedophiles' names on their fucking head, on their fucking red hat, and
Mm.
fucking. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm gonna get your channel taken down. So
You can.
yeah, every time I drop down, I've been translating that stuff, and every time I do, I get angrier and angrier because it's sadder and sadder because Abood, you like his obviously like he is really good English,
Yeah.
but he's clearly not able to
Express himself.
he has really good English, able to
Express himself.
exactly, and the way that he expresses himself in these translations make me want to they they make me feel very angry. Let's just say that they make me very angry at the people doing
Maybe
this
I
stuff.
don't.
And
Maybe I don't want to read them.
yeah, this is fucking insane. So yeah, that's why when I see Iran going after fucking Israel, I will always celebrate. I will always cheer. I see Iran going after fucking Israel, I will always cheer. I will always chant, death, death to the IDF, death to the IDF. Okay, it will always be me. That will always be it. Okay, bitch. All
It
right,
will
so
always
fucking
be it for me too.
death to the IDF. Okay, it will always be me. That. All
It
right,
will
so
always
fucking
be it for me too. Death, death to
100%.
the idea. They need to
Fucking
make a
right.
remix of that motherfucker and put some, make that the be it for me too. Death, death to
100%.
the idea.
Right.
Remix of that motherfucker and put some, make that the fucking
They did.
hook.
They did. And I listened to it all of they did. And I of the time. Fucking yeah, I don't even they can call me a T word if they want, call
Yeah,
me
I've been
whatever the
called a
fucking
terrorist 100 fucking times, man. A
I
hundred
could care
fucking
less.
times.
155,000 people, over 155,000 lives lost in Palestine since 1948. Okay, so and over half of that women and children. So fuck you guys. Did I just cut you off?